Hello and welcome to the Pleasure Academy. In today's video, we'll uncover 12 things every woman secretly wants in bed, based on psychology and relationship science. If you want to create deeper intimacy, stronger trust, and real connection, stay tuned till the end. 1. Emotional connection first. Before any physical touch, most women desire an emotional bond. Intimacy begins with how connected she feels to you outside the bedroom. Women often value eye contact, affection, and kind gestures before intimacy, because these set the foundation for trust. According to psychology, oxytocin, the bonding hormone, is released when partners feel emotionally secure. When you take the time to listen, understand, and make her feel valued, the bedroom becomes a safe space for deeper exploration. It's not about rushing, it's about presence. A gentle conversation, soft compliments, or even holding her hand before intimacy can create a powerful emotional bridge. Many men underestimate this, but without emotional intimacy, physical intimacy feels incomplete. Remember, it's the emotional safety that allows women to open up fully in bed. 2. Communication and reassurance. Women often want clear communication during intimate moments. This doesn't mean giving instructions like a manual. It means being sensitive, asking what feels good, and showing reassurance. A simple "do you like this?" or "is this comfortable for you?" goes a long way in making her feel cared for. Psychologically, communication reduces performance anxiety and builds trust. Women feel valued when their preferences are respected, and it reassures them that their pleasure matters equally. Too often, men avoid these conversations because they fear awkwardness, but silence can create distance. Instead, use your tone and words to make her feel at ease. Verbal affirmations like "you're amazing" or "I love being close to you" boost her confidence and deepen emotional intimacy. In short, communication isn't just practical, it's deeply attractive and emotionally fulfilling. 3. Taking things slow. One of the most common desires women express is not to be rushed. Foreplay isn't optional, it's essential. Taking things slow allows her body and mind to align, creating anticipation that heightens intimacy. According to research, women need more time for arousal due to both psychological and biological factors. When you take your time, focusing on kissing, touching, and building emotional closeness, she feels respected and cherished. Rushing through intimacy can make her feel overlooked, as though her needs aren't important. Instead, slowness creates space for passion, vulnerability, and connection. Gentle pacing also increases the release of dopamine and oxytocin, making the experience more satisfying. Think of intimacy as a journey, not a race. The slower you move, the deeper the connection. When she feels you're prioritizing her experience, trust and pleasure grow naturally. 4. Variety and playfulness. While routine can create comfort, women also appreciate variety and playfulness in bed. This doesn't necessarily mean extreme experiments. It could be small changes like a different position, playful teasing, or exploring new ways of touching. Psychology tells us that novelty sparks dopamine, the reward chemical, which enhances excitement. Women often crave a mix of emotional closeness and playful adventure. When intimacy feels repetitive, it can lose energy, but when it's approached with curiosity and lightness, it becomes exciting again. Laughter, gentle surprises, or even fun role-play can make her feel more connected. Importantly, variety isn't about pressure, it's about shared exploration. Ask what she'd like to try, or suggest something new in a respectful way. When intimacy stays fresh, she not only feels physically fulfilled but emotionally alive, knowing her partner values both comfort and adventure. 5. Attention to non-sexual touch. Not every touch has to be sexual, and women often long for affectionate gestures outside of the act itself. Stroking her hair, massaging her back, or holding her close can mean more than any physical technique. These touches release oxytocin, which builds emotional safety. Psychology highlights that non-sexual touch signals care and love, reminding her that she is valued beyond physical intimacy. Women often report that gentle touches before, during, and after intimacy make them feel secure and cherished. A partner who understands this shows that intimacy is about connection, not just performance. Think of small actions, tracing her arm, kissing her forehead, or cuddling afterward, as silent love languages. When she feels adored in these subtle ways, her trust deepens and her satisfaction multiplies. These touches might seem simple, but they are powerful in making intimacy meaningful. 6. Emotional aftercare. What happens after intimacy is just as important as what happens during it. Many women want reassurance, closeness, and emotional aftercare once the act is over. This could mean cuddling, talking, or simply holding her in silence. Psychology explains that after intimacy, oxytocin levels peak, and the desire for connection is strongest. Ignoring this moment or turning away can leave her feeling used or disconnected. Instead, simple gestures, like stroking her hair, complimenting her, or saying, "I love being with you," nurture her sense of value. Aftercare isn't about grand gestures, it's about presence. Women want to know they matter beyond the physical act, and this small effort makes intimacy feel whole. Remember, intimacy doesn't end when the physical act does. It continues in the way you hold and cherish her afterward. That's what builds trust and lasting closeness. 7. Confidence without ego. Confidence is attractive, but ego is a turn-off. Women often want partners who are secure in themselves yet humble in approach. Confidence communicates that you're present and attentive, while ego makes it about performance. Psychology highlights that true confidence comes from being comfortable with vulnerability, not from trying to impress. Women feel drawn to partners who can take the lead but also respect boundaries. A confident smile, steady eye contact, and relaxed presence can create safety and passion. On the other hand, arrogance or self-focus can make her feel unseen. The key is balance. Be confident enough to explore but humble enough to listen. When a man embodies this balance, intimacy becomes not just pleasurable but deeply reassuring. Confidence invites trust. Ego pushes it away. Remember, she doesn't want perfection. She wants presence. 8. Genuine compliments. Every woman wants to feel appreciated, and genuine compliments play a big role in intimacy. But the secret lies in authenticity. Rather than only commenting on physical appearance, highlight qualities that show you see her fully, her energy, her passion, or even her confidence. Psychology shows that appreciation increases dopamine, making intimacy more joyful. A simple, heartfelt "you're so beautiful" or "I love how you make me feel" can melt away insecurities. Avoid generic praise. Instead, be specific so she knows you mean it. Women often carry body image concerns, and sincere compliments can ease them, helping her feel free and desired. These words remind her that intimacy isn't just physical, it's emotional. When she feels truly admired, her openness and satisfaction deepen. Compliments may seem small, but they are powerful tools of intimacy when spoken with love. 9. Respect for boundaries. Respect is one of the most important things women desire in bed. Boundaries can differ for every person, and honoring them builds deep trust. Psychology emphasizes that consent and respect reduce anxiety and increase intimacy. A woman who feels respected can relax, knowing her partner values her comfort as much as his own pleasure. This respect shows through listening, asking, and never pressuring her into something she isn't ready for. When a partner creates this environment, women often feel safer to explore and even push their own boundaries naturally. Respect doesn't kill passion. It strengthens it by making her feel free and empowered. Every gesture of care, every acknowledgement of her needs, tells her she matters. Women want passion, yes, but above all, they want it rooted in respect. That's where true intimacy thrives. 10. Eye contact and presence. One of the most intimate things a woman wants in bed is eye contact and genuine presence. Looking into her eyes creates vulnerability and trust, signaling that you're fully with her in the moment. Psychology explains that eye contact activates oxytocin, enhancing connection and safety. When combined with mindful presence, being focused on her instead of distractions or performance, it creates a powerful emotional bond. Too often, men focus on technique or rush through the experience, forgetting that presence matters more than skill. Eye contact paired with small smiles or affirmations can make her feel deeply seen. It turns intimacy into something more than physical. It becomes soulful. Women often desire this emotional transparency because it assures them they're not just bodies but partners cherished in the deepest sense. True intimacy is found in these silent, powerful moments. 11. Shared pleasure. For women, intimacy is not just about their partner's satisfaction. It's about shared pleasure. They want to know that their enjoyment matters equally. Psychology shows that mutual pleasure strengthens bonds, as both partners feel fulfilled and valued. This doesn't mean focusing solely on her or yourself. It's about balance. When you show excitement in her enjoyment, it validates her presence and effort. Shared laughter, synchronized movements, and mutual exploration create a rhythm that feels natural and satisfying. Women often find joy in seeing their partner happy, but only when it's reciprocal. Ignoring her needs can create resentment, while shared pleasure fosters deep trust. Remember, intimacy isn't a one-way street. It's a dance where both partners matter. When pleasure is mutual, satisfaction multiplies, and intimacy becomes a celebration rather than an obligation. 12. Feeling loved, not just desired. Finally, the most important thing women want in bed is to feel loved, not just desired. Desire is flattering, but love makes intimacy meaningful. Psychology reveals that intimacy without emotional grounding can leave women feeling empty. Women want passion, yes, but they also crave tenderness, warmth, and signs of love that go beyond physical desire. Simple actions, like whispering "I love you," holding her after, or expressing gratitude for her presence, transform intimacy into something soulful. They want to know they're not just objects of attraction but cherished partners. Desire without love fades quickly, but desire wrapped in affection creates lasting satisfaction. At the heart of it all, intimacy is not about the act. It's about connection. And when she feels both desired and loved, that's when intimacy becomes unforgettable. In the end, intimacy isn't about complicated techniques. It's about presence, love, and respect. Women want to feel emotionally safe, genuinely admired, and deeply connected. From communication to aftercare, every little action shapes how she experiences intimacy. Psychology tells us that when emotional and physical needs align, satisfaction naturally follows. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being present and caring. When you prioritize her comfort, respect her boundaries, and share real affection, intimacy becomes more than pleasure. It becomes a bond that strengthens your entire relationship. Thanks for watching the Pleasure Academy. If you found these insights helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For more relationship and intimacy tips, check out our other videos linked below. See you in the next episode.